Okay, so we're looking at exercise 17.1. For each diagram, write down the bearing of B from A. So every time you see this type of questions, you must be able to identify where are you from. So if you're from A, these are your locations. Okay, so you need to measure the bearing. So since they've drawn the north line for you already, then good, that's easy. If they haven't, then you need to draw a north line like this, and then you need to turn right, clockwise rotation. Same thing here. You need to find this angle, same thing here. You need to find this angle, same thing here. You need to find this angle. So as you can see, this one's you're looking for the larger side of the angle here. So you need to find a smaller one and take 360 minus that angle that is measurable. However, these two you don't need to, because as you turn clockwise, you can see that it is within the reach of your protractor. Let's try to open a protractor and try to calculate it. So if you have a protractor, just put it on top of it and you can actually see the first one is, look at the line from your north, it should join to one of the zero. So you can see it joins this 0 and this 180. You must always start from whichever that is 0, and then you follow the outer ring until here, and you can see it's actually 70 degrees. So the answer would be 70 degrees, this answer here. So the bearing would be 0, 7, 0. This is your answer. Next one, we do the same, put a protractor on top of it and try to figure out what is the angle here. So as you can see, it goes to 0, then we follow the outer ring. So plus or minus is about 150. So because maybe my protractor is not accurate, it should be 150. So this angle is 150 degrees, same with the bearing. So for question C, it's a little bit different because we cannot measure that one side. So for example, I want to measure from the right. As usual, I cannot. Well, if you want to use from the right, you can. All you need to do is you extend the line to make it a straight line so that this is, as you know, it is 180 degrees. Okay, so you must be very careful to extend your line straight down, and then you use your protractor and measure the other side. So now, I'm measuring from the bottom line that I just drawn, and then measure it to the other angle here. So, see this line here is touching this 0, so I'm measuring this little angle here. So it's 50. So this angle here is 50. So this one is 180. So the bearing will be 180 plus 50 is equals to 230. Alternatively, you can do another way where we try to measure this angle and then we take 360 and minus away this angle. As you know, one full circle is 360. And if I reduce or remove this one here, then I can find what's left here. So let's try to find this angle without moving the protractor. As you can see, the protractor is here. It touches the inside 0, so I'm going to use the inner reading. So this angle is actually 130. 130 here. So the other side will be 360 minus 130, 230. So you get the same answer. All right. Now, let's look at the next one. If you want to use the same thing for this, you can use finding the smaller angle and then take 360 to minus it off. I think that is an easier path because I do not need to draw another line. So as you can see, if I place my protractor properly, I can actually get more accurate answer. So as you can see, this one here is being placed straight up, 0, turn to the right. Yeah. So here is about 50 something. So it should be about 55. So this angle here is 55. The other angle here will be 360 minus 55. 305. That is your bearing. Done for question number 1. Let's go to question number 2. The diagram shows the position of a shop and a school. Write down the bearing of the shop. From the school. So you're starting from the school, going up, turn to the right. So this is the bearing that you're looking for. Let's put a protractor and just do the same. School. Go to the north, turn to the right. Should get about 40 or 41, but I think we just need to realign it. Should be 40 if I'm not mistaken. Realign it. 40. Write down the bearing of the school from the shop. So now we have to go from the shop. So again, straight up north, and to the right. So this is the angle that we are looking for. I need to find the other angle on the left and then subtract it. So let me just put my protractor there. Up, to the right. See where they go? Go to the left here because I need to see which zero am I using. I'm using this zero. 140. This one will be 360 minus 140. Okay, so bearing for A is 40, 220. Right, next, let me just remove this. Ahmad goes for a walk. The diagram shows the initial position A, F, P, T, W. Write down the bearing that Ahmad follows to walk from A to F. A to F. True, accurate. You get both. T. Okay, let's just put the accurate one. 40. Go north. Go to the right. 46. A to F, 46. F to P. F to P. Hundred and go north. Follow the zero. 165. Now, P to T. P to T is from here to here. You need to measure it. So you can see, I want to measure this and minus it away. So I want to measure here. This is follow the zero, go to down, it's 100 degrees. So this one here is my 100 degrees, not my bearing, but my bearing is here. Always clockwise rotation, 360 minus 100. Then next one, T to W. So this one is right, 260. T to W, same thing. Go north, turn right here. Okay, north, turn right. Remember, don't look at this line anymore because you're looking at this T to W. So this is all that we need. As you can see, go north, turn to the left. So you get 25. This is 25. But this is definitely not 25. This would be 360 minus 25. 335. And last, W to A. W to A. It's a simple one. So let's put a protractor there and we should be able to find the answer. Go north, turn right, here, 120. If you were to get any angles that are slightly different, then you may be able to see that, oh, the accuracy is there, but uh, sometimes it deviates a bit because of the thickness or the thinness of the line. Okay, so that's 120. For each diagram, write down the bearing from y from x, x from y, y from x first. So we need to find two bearings, this one and this one. This one and this one. This one and this one. All right, so now let's try to find the first one here, then here. So very simple. Put a protractor and you should be able to get your answer. This one is 55. See? North, turn. This one also north, turn. But then you cannot find this one first. Then you remove it from 360. So I'm going to find the one on the left. So north, turn, 125. So this 235. Yeah. Next one. This one again. Please measure using your protractor nicely, yeah. Put it in here. Okay, so 0 here, 145. The other side, we're gonna do the same thing, but we measure the left-hand side to be subtracted out. Well, if you have figured out that, hey, maybe I can use some angle properties, then yes, you are right that we can do it. Because later on, the questions, they will actually ask you to use alternate angles to help you finding the angle. So this one here is actually 435. So this side will be 360 minus 35. Last one on this question. Again, take your protractor out, draw it, and then find it. Go north, turn right. 30 degrees, so bearing is 030. Now here, Again, we're going to measure the left one so that we can minus it from 360. Please do not memorize. Just understand that you cannot turn left. So you just need to find the missing angle here and minus 360. I take 360 and minus it from 360. Three sixty is a full circle. Right. Next. Okay, they ask you to draw two different diagrams on your own, plotting 2 points x and y. For each diagram, y from x must be less than 180. Write down the bearing y from x and x from y. What do you notice about each pair of the answer given in part A and B? Copy and complete the rule of 2 point x and y when the bearing of y from x is less than 180. When the bearing y from x is m degrees, the bearing of x from y is. Okay, we can actually use something here. So fairly simple, but let's just try to do it as according to what the book wants you to do. Question B, just going to draw 2 points. Let's do really rather small ones. Here's my x. Here's my y. Okay, draw a line together. Okay, now let's try to do this one here and try to measure the bearing because he asks us to do it. So let's say I just put it at 55. See, 0, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can clearly see that the angle here is 55. Let's try to do the same thing on the other end. $125. Sorry, 125. So this is 125. The bearing would be here. It's different color. 214 of 35. Then they ask you, say, hey, what do you notice about each pair of answers that you have given in part A and B? Actually, bearing of x from y is 180 degrees plus bearing of y from x. If you check it out properly, you can actually see it. Like, hey, 55, take 180 plus 55, you get 235. So that's the answer for C. And then for question D, they ask you to complete the rule, which is the bearing of x from y is 180 degrees plus m, because m is bearing of y from x. You can see, bearing of y from x is m. Right? Yeah, that is the shortcut to get the answer. Now let's look at number 5. This part of Dakarai's homework. Dakarai knows that the two north arrows are always parallel, so he uses alternate angle to work out the bearing of A from B. From each of these diagrams, write down the bearing of B from A. So you don't really need to do anything. B from A, you just need to write down, done already, all been done for you. So the first one, bearing is 077. B from A. Next one is 118. The other one is 016. But they ask you to work out the bearing A from B. Means A, now you're at B. So come here, this bearing. So if you remember, if I extend my line here, like I just add a wee dotted line here, you can actually see, since they are parallel, you can see this Z. 77 here, 77 also here. So this is 180 plus 77. So for question A, this answer here is actually you don't need 360 minus. You just take 180 plus 77. 257. Same thing here. All you need to do is take This angle is just 180 plus 118, 298. Same thing here. 180 plus 16, 196. That's it. That's how fast you can get the answer when you have one of the bearings. Let's look at number 6. This is part of Harsha's homework. Write down the bearing P from Q, work out bearing from Q from P. Okay, you can do it this way as well, because now you just need to reverse it. So write down the bearing of P from Q. The first one is done. Everything has been done for you for question I. But they want you to work out. Work out means to calculate. So just now we added 180. So now all we need to do is just minus 180. 244 minus 180. You get 64. Same thing here, 348. Just minus 180, you get the other one. 168. 204 minus 180. 94. And bravo, that's it.